AITA for asking for divorce after my wife called me a fat fuck. My wife and I grew up in pretty much the exact same situation, but it made us polar opposites in more ways than one. She's very positive and holds the everything will work out attitude, whereas I have more of a I need to consider what can go wrong attitude, which she claims is negative. Basically, neither of us had food growing up. She often jokes and says that it was an ingredient household, where some nights she would get lucky and have mac and cheese for dinner, and then other nights she would have to share a can of corn with her 3 siblings. I never had food in my house either, but my sister had custody of me, from age 13 to 18, and when she did have money to buy food, she wouldn't give me any. I basically had to sneak around for scraps after everyone went to bed, or ask my friends if I could have dinner at their place. Due to this, I became super food insecure and started hoarding food for myself. My wife, on the other hand, doesn't even like food. If she didn't have to eat, she wouldn't. She has 3 kids, my step babies. We have a 2-mo together. And honestly, our relationship has been pretty solid outside of food issues. But I would be lying if I said the food issues weren't big. So, she has always covered the food bill 100% and is very much so the type of person who doesn't limit anyone on their intake. She has a son with ADHD, and he will devour an entire bag of apples, 3 bundles of bananas and 2 boxes of snacks in 2 days' time. We have been in multiple fights, especially recently, since she had the baby, because I think she needs to be limiting the kids' intake. They are eating so much food that I have to grocery shop once every few days. Wife had a C-section and there was complications, so she's not driving currently. Not only am I absolutely fed up with grocery shopping every 2 to 3 days, but I'm honestly pretty fucking sick of craving something, going to get it and it being gone. Every single time I try talking to her about it, she says, "You know, if you want my kids to stop eating so much, then maybe you should lead by example, because you eat more than anyone in this house." I'm 5 feet 11, 240 pounds and work an extremely physically demanding job. Obviously I eat a lot. But she blames it on me smoking weed, chronic pain. Because some nights I will absolutely go and cook myself a different meal a few hours after dinner. She says I'm trying to be controlling of her kids due to my food insecurity. She thinks I want to hoard food so I can eat all of it and leave her kids with nothing to make up for me never eating as a kid, when that's not the case at all. They are simply eating way too much and it's becoming unnecessary. Well, last night my wife made dinner and the kids and I had 2 helpings, but my wife hadn't eaten. She said she wasn't hungry. Her oldest boy went to get more and I told him no because his mother hasn't eaten. My wife gave me a look and said, "No, go ahead and eat it." I literally just said I was not hungry. But as this was going on, all the kids excused themselves from the kitchen, even her oldest, and went to their rooms. My wife looks at me and says, "I'm honestly fucking sick of you using that line when you truly don't give a fuck if I've eaten or not. You wanted some left so you could eat it, not me." I told her that wasn't exactly true and that I would hope she would eat it, and if she didn't then yes, I would finish it off, but that's not the motive. She said she never ends up eating when she says she isn't hungry and that I always finish it, and that my excuse is nothing but a lie I tell myself because I won't take accountability and am in denial, apparently. This led to a screaming match, where she told me that I'm not allowed to have any say in her kids' food intake from now on, and if I stopped smoking so much pot and eating everything in sight, like a fat fuck, then there would be plenty of food for everyone. I immediately told her I wanted a divorce. She walks off and absolutely refuses to speak to me. I ended up at my buddy's house a couple hours later and he said that he agrees with both of us, but he thinks I'm being overdramatic by asking for a divorce instead of seeing my wife's side of things, especially where she's the one buying the food. ETA, I know it'll be asked. The kids are not overweight at all. They are very healthy. The snacks and food they devour in a matter of seconds are very healthy foods. I think the least healthy thing we have in the house is cheese crackers. My wife has been in therapy since she was 17. She keeps telling me to get therapy and anger management because I get angry over food. I will not tolerate bashing of single moms here. She was not a single mom by choice. Her ex-husband died in Afghanistan during active duty 8 years ago. I pursued her, not the other way around. She's a kick-ass mom. She financially supports her kids 100% and, like I said, covers the entire household food cost despite me eating the food too. Just stick to the issue I asked, please.